Welcome to part 4 of the Jackrabbit Let's Play. We're about to approach Letni, which is actually a planet I do like, a level I do like because of the music and the theme actually. Because you may have noticed, maybe, or not may have noticed, you probably noticed how most of the first episode's theme are kind of similar to that of Sonic's. Like, Diamondus was clearly inspired by Green Hill and Tube Electric, I guess, by Chemical Plant. But starting from Medieval, Jazz is actually doing its own thing. Because out of the top of my head, there won't be any Sonic inspired levels anymore from here. Except for maybe Marbella, I don't know how to pronounce it. But yeah, I'd like to think most people, Sonic players usually, when they see this game for the first time, they think it's like a rip-off, I guess. I'd like to think of this as a more inspired game, like Freedom Planet is a Sonic inspired platformer, or Spark, the Electric Jester. But Jazz, especially in the sequel, does enough for it to be its own thing, I guess. But yeah, here, this is actually one of the levels where I decided I'm not going for all the enemy kills in the run in general, because those enemies we just saw, I don't know what their names are, to be honest, but those enemies are pretty annoying to deal with. Like you saw, I just missed two of them, and one was somewhere on the ceiling and one was on the bottom, because it's very easy to just miss them entirely. But here's the thing, the ceiling enemies are pretty annoying to deal with. As you may have noticed, you don't carry over the ammunition from the previous episode, meaning or lives for that matter, meaning you start out with the blaster again and you have to collect everything again. But the thing is, the blaster shoots pretty small pellets, and it's kind of hard, it's near impossible. I mean, it is possible, but I want to say near impossible to hit the ceiling enemies with the blaster. Now, you could use the toaster, but I feel like that's a waste of ammo in general. Like you see here, I'm just using hip hop to shoot all the enemies on the ceiling. But in the beginning, you don't have hip hop in the beginning of this level, and going for all the ceiling enemies is just tedious. So I just figured I'm not doing that. So as you can see, we got the 93%. That's because a few orbs I thought I collected, but I didn't, because I didn't see it. And that's gonna happen a lot, because at this point I also already recorded Jazz 2, and it's gonna happen there as well, where some gems, I'm missing some gems because I didn't see them while I was playing. But you know, I'm just blind, I guess. But here, this is an example of what I would do, what I would have to do if I were going for that 100% enemies, just killing those ceiling enemies. And as you can see, it was pretty hard to do, so I figured, you know what, I'm not gonna waste my time with that. But yeah, we lost our hip hop, but luckily for us, I knew that there was another hip hop. And this is one of the levels where it starts splitting up the pathways, so you can take multiple pathways to the end. And I'm gonna take the pathway that has all the enemies, because the pathways do connect at some point to form one main path. So what I do is I just go through every path, and then at some point where there's like a long drop where I couldn't return, I would just stop there and go back to explore that other path, and then end up on the right path again. But it's just to collect items and level ups, and that's how you basically get the 100% in this level. So we grab, I always, when there's a group of invincibility, I always grab one first to go through that area I need to go through, and then go back, because I know that I have to go back at some point, and then use that same invincibility to just blast through the level and kill all the enemies. But Letni is definitely one of the slower levels in my opinion, because of those enemies, actually, because they're hard to hit. If that blaster just hit that ceiling enemy, I would just be able to just hold fire and run through. But since that's not the case, I just have to slow down a bit, actually. But the major gimmick of this level is those magnets. They actually pull you towards them, and it's actually pretty annoying to deal with sometimes, because there's enemies in the way sometimes, and you just get sucked into it. So if you're getting sucked, I guess, that's a weird thing to say, but just start shooting, and you'd be fine. I'm going back because there's still some more ammo I wanted to collect. I don't think there's any collectibles left on this part where I'm going, because we already ran through this. I'm just here to because I'm greedy, actually. I want the toaster ammo, and well, you can call it greed, but you know, it's also making it easier for me to get through the episode, you know, because I rarely use the blaster. I only use the blaster when I'm actually pretty low on ammunition. Usually I consider 100 ammo for, let's say, the toaster in this case. I consider that low. So when I'm like below 100, I tend to switch back to the blaster. But usually that's not the case, because like you can see, you get so many. We're already on 400. So that's why I rarely use the blaster. Now I know some players that only use the blaster and then collect the ammo for the other weapons to save them for the boss, which to me is a waste, because the bosses are so short, and you can deal with them so fast. I feel like you're wasting your ammo basically by not using it. But yeah, we're nearing the end of this level, almost. I like this level, but here's the bonus gem, by the way. I like this level, but I feel like the theme of the level, it's like you're inside a computer. So that's like the whole planet. I think that's pretty cool, when you ask me. It's kind of like Tube Electric, actually, because that kind of goes for the same theme. But I don't know, this one looks a bit cooler to me. And I like the music. The music is really chill. It's really chill. Now here's the first bonus level of the second episode, and as you can see, per episode the background and such changes. So it's not, because I feel like I just figured this out now, because I think in the first episode I said, like, I don't know exactly when it changes, or no, it has to be the second episode, because there's no bonus in the first episode. Or there is, but we skipped it in favor of the secret level. But yeah, we don't have to worry about any of the secret levels here, actually, because the secret level is not in this level, or on this planet, I should say. But yeah, you just want to take a path, follow the gems, and you should be fine. There's some new stuff, some new obstacles. You saw that golden pole. It's basically just like the hand. It just stops you. That's it. But that's gonna be it for this episode, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.